Voilà.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code. If you are the host, press star now. Please enter your PIN followed by the pound. Thank you. There is one host in this conference.
I Madwa Panya Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Quad reader. The blessing of the Sabbath. Barakata Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Nethalanawa. Hashabat. Bashalawam. The water. Amen. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the Sabbath in peace. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. Ta'ala Maha Asharim Akkad. Anya Harayam Ayunyamya Al Aharyam Mahayan Yawoah Isaiah Yawoah Mayahawa Shasha Shamayam Waratiza La'a Yonatan Lamawat Ragalia Yala'a Yunawum Shashamarka Ana La'a Yunawum Wala'a Yayashan Shashamar Yasharala Yahawa Shamaria Yahawa Kazalia Ail Yad Yemenya Yawamam Hashamash La'a Hakaya Wayrak La'a Balayala Yahawa Yashamaria Makal Rai Yashimor Napashia Yahawa Yashimor Haulakia Wabaya Maitha Wa'aid Ivolam Basham Yahawasha the water. Amen.
Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore.
Amen. Yasharala. Shamai Yasharala Yahweh Alahainawa Yahweh Akkad. Shamai Yasharala Yahweh Alahainawa Yahweh Akkad. Shamai Yasharala Yahweh Alahainawa Yahweh Akkad.
Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord.
Amen. Lord's Prayer. Yahweh Thapalah. Abiyanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwata. Thaba'ah. Ratizawanka. Haya. Aisha. Baratiza. Ka. Bashemaya. Nathalanawa. Lakum. Yawum. Za. Wasalakhlanawa. Kawawatinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawawatinawa. Wala'a. Abiyanawa. Al. Nasayawan. Abal. Hawashinawa. Marai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwat, Wa'ala, Wataparak, Luai Walam. Amen.
Amen. Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, so we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever.
Amen. Aishara Matazawa, the Ten Commandments. La'a, Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Akariam, Apanya, La'a, Taisha, Laka, Pasal, Wala'a, Duabedam, La'a, Talakwaka, Shamwa, Yahawa, Alahayaka, Lashawa, Zakar, At, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakwadashwa, Kabad, Abaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Taratizak, La'a, Tana'a, La'a, Taganab, La'a, Taina, Shakwa, La'a, Takamad, Kal, Ashura, Laraika, Amen.
Amen. Exodus 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy Father, am a jealous Father, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy Father in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that took his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy Father. In it thou shalt not do any work. Now nor thy son, thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy Father giveth thee. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Amen. Yashaba, be seated. Barakata Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Asherah, Nathananawa, Parya, Hagapan, the water, Aman, La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Yasha'Allah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that give to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai with Israel. Amadwa, Panya, Jerusalem, Santa Fe, Jerusalem. Barakata Yahweh, Hagadal, Rakawam, Abiyah, Wanara'a, Ayawan, Malak, Shal, Shamayam, Waratiza, Wakal, Tabariam, Kayam, Wakam, Amashiach, Mayahawa, Hadawanawa, Ahabnawa, Apala, Yaraitiza, Yahawashi, Zakarnawa, Yahweh, Ratazawan, Imka, Yasha'ala, Azarnawa, Bana, Wasap, Yasha'ala, Al, Nawa, Yamyan, Isa, Kayawamyam, Makodam, Babakasha, Shalak, Maaka'ala, Watazwadak, Alahayam, La, Maganawa, Rapaunawa, Washimar, Alnawa, Baikor, Shalak, Haroka, Shal, Yavushai, Lanawa, Lalamadnawa, Rabiam, Kakama, Tabawana, Wada'ait, Shal, Tabarka, Basham, Yahavashai, Tawada, Tamyad, Wailam, Aman. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, and also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahweh Shai. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably, your people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Most High, we beg you. Right now, like the days of old, please send Michael and the righteous powers to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahweh to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahweh, thank you, always and forever. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that give to us the law. Barakata Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh, Asherah, Nathanawa, Hatarara. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that give to us the light to see. Barakata Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh, Asherah, Nathanawa, Awar, Larawat. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that give to us the ram zone to call the people. Barakata Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Asherah, Nathanawa, Koran, Hayal, Lakara, Ha'aim. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that give to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. Barakata Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Asherah, Nathanawa, Hashaman, Zayat, Lamashak, Yasha'ala. Yashabo, be seated.
You right?
Let me try to get the blinds, somebody.
Miss Daniel, get the blind, please, young man. Thank you. So nice. There we go. Thank you.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Today we're reading Shalom, Israel. The Most High is calling you Black, Hispanics, and Native American whose father is the same. Make up of the 12 tribes of Israel. Most of us are here in the Western Hemisphere, and the rest of us are in other parts of the world. We are God's chosen people. We got to come back to this law, statute, and commandment that's written in the Bible. Today we're reading Judith 6 and 7, King James Version. Some of you might have the Apocrypha, which is by itself, or sometimes you can find a King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha in it, but you have to really search for it. But it's included in the original King James 1611, the Apocrypha. So some churches take the Apocrypha out, but it's part of the Bible. And that's between the Old Testament and the New Testament. That's where you find a lot of things in the New Testament, and you wondered something is missing. You find it in the Apocrypha. So today, like I said, we're reading Judith chapter 6, King James Version. What's going on here? As Nebuchadnezzar and his chief captain, Holofernes, right? His chief captain, and they have conquered a lot of other nations, but they were warned about coming against Israel, God's chosen people. So he was preparing to come against us, although he got the warning. So when you read Exodus 15, Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. I was kind of Googling about the different wars that are in the Bible.
Oh, there's a lot of.
Yeah, it's quite a number of them.
Yep. We've been fighting all our life. So right. I have a statement. Last night, Mr. Mark, he read this. Well, he explained it to me. Revelation 13, verse 17. When they won't buy nothing from you, nobody, like they'll shut you down.
All right. Let's come back between the class.
Okay.
So,
wrong.
as far as I read from, to the research is about that we came out of Egypt, they had an army, and they were coming against us. In the Battle of Jericho, Battle of Ai, battle against the Philistines, and the Syrian siege of Jerusalem, Nebuchadnezzar, and the Maccabean revolt. There's a lot of wars in the Bible, etc. So, Judith chapter 6, verse 1. And when the tumult of men that were about the council was ceased, Haliphurus, the chief captain of the army of Shur, said unto Achior and all the Moabites before all the company of other nations, and who art thou, Achior, and the hireling of Ephraim? Because he told him about, coming up against Israel.
In the
previous chapter.
You want to turn to this?
Yeah, we're doing Judith chapter 6.
Oh, okay. I think you went to. Okay, all right.
So they questioning like, who art thou? Because he warned Nebuchadnezzar about coming up against Israel. And the hireling, in verse 2 again. And who art thou, Achior, and the hirelings of Ephraim, that thou hast prophesied against us as today, and hast said that we should not make war with the people of Israel, because their God will defend them. And who is God but Nebuchadnezzar? So, trying to say as if Nebuchadnezzar, he's God because he's conquering these nations. And they feel he could just keep going and conquering. So I just want to read Acts chapter 12, verse 21 to 23. Zachariah, you read that for me, please?
Yes.
Verse
21. Okay. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made a oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God and not of a man. And immediately the angels of the Lord smote him, because he gave not God the glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost.
Yeah, they're saying that as if he was a god,
Right.
not man. So God brought him down, struck him down.
Mm-hmm.
Worms ate him up. It says like that don't happen to the Most High. That happened to man.
Right.
Struck him down, kill him, and worms ate him up. So here in verse 2, they say, who is God but Nebuchadnezzar?
Right.
So Nebuchadnezzar, he's just a man. Died the deaths of men. Verse 3, he say, he will send his power and will destroy them from the face of the earth, and their God shall not deliver them, but we, his servants, will destroy them as one man. So to destroy Israel, and he's saying as if the Most High is not going to deliver Israel, as if one man can take us down, you know. And for they are not able to sustain the power of our horses. So verse 3, Psalms 20 and 7.
Okay. You get that one?
Yeah, you get that.
Okay. Oh, my mind, baby. Psalm 20, verse 7. Okay?
Yeah.
Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we remember the name of the Lord our power.
So he trusts in his horses, right?
Right.
So that's verse 3, Psalms 20 and 7.
Mhm.
So if you get that, he could just take us down. And also Judith
Go back to Judith.
9 and 7.
Okay. Judith 9, verse 7. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
For behold, the Assyrians are multiplied, and their power they are exalted with horses and man. They glory in the strength of their footmen. They trust in shields and spears, and bows and slings, and know not that thou art the Lord that breakest the battle. The Lord is our name.
That's it. So praising the Most High. So they trust in their armies.
Mm-hmm.
And also one more. Zechariah 4 and 6.
Okay.
Hmm?
Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yeah. So the Most High Spirit can just wipe you out. And also one more before I go on.
How you say Nabi's name? How you say his name? Zerubbabel.
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 And also Second Kings 19, 35.
Give me that one more time. Second King.
2 Kings 19:35.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass that night that the angels of the Lord went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians, and 400
And 100.
and 100 fourscore and 5,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses.
So that is to the Most I sent an angel to come and wipe out the whole army.
Yeah. One.
Yeah. So this was another king, Sennacherib. So he saw that it was all dead corpses. His whole military is gone.
Right. He woke up in the morning. What?
Yeah. So I just want to read verse 36 also. So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. So he left. He saw his whole army is dead. So he just like left and like he was gone. Because where is his power now?
None.
So verse 4. So for with them, with their horses, they sustain the power of their horses, right?
Right.
For them, which is with the Israelites, they say, we will tread them underfoot. Just like, horses, but they go,
Yeah.
and destroy what under their feet, right? And their mountains shall be drunken with their blood. So, for verse 4. Judith 6, verse 4.
I know how to use this real good.
Very good. So, since we're gonna, as if we coming up against them, and we on our mountains and wherever we dwell, it said that their mountains shall be drunken with their blood, with our blood, with the Israelite blood, and their fields shall be filled with their dead bodies. So wherever you are, even on the mountain or we're in the fields, as if he's gonna just wipe us out. And their footsteps shall not be able to stand before us, for they shall utterly perish. As if wherever we dwell, he's gonna wipe us out. Said King Nebuchadnezzar, Lord of all the earth, for he said, none of my words shall be in vain. So he's lifting up himself, he's exalting himself. Right? As if he's a god, as if he can wipe out Israel. So verse 4.
You understand what's going on, right?
Okay.
In the whole story. What happened from last time we read the story, right? You understand what's going on?
I could piggyback on it because there's always somebody trying to kill us all in the Bible. So on this right here, we got somebody never could. Those are
All right, let me say something real quick. You remember Olofi's army is very strong. It's a strong army. They invade and overcome all the armies of the West. So now they marching towards Israel. And around that time, it was a time of war. And when you're in time of war, there's famine, there's diseases, there's all types of atrocity. The children of Israel they were fighting for their survival. Right? We've always been fighting for our survival. So now, as the Lophanes conquer all these armies and marching towards Israel, he called one of his servants. And his servant was Enkiah. Right? And that's what we're reading here in chapter 6. So Enkiah was his servant, and he told his servant, who was a wise guy, quote unquote, and he asked him information about the Israelites. What kind of people are these people? Right? Because we've been conquering all those other countries and all those nations around about us, but these Israelite people, they just don't want to make peace with us. Right? They just want to stood up to our army. And we know we got a strong army. Right? We can kill, people, left and right. So what is it about these people that they just don't want to bow down?
Mm-hmm.
So Enkiah went and told him the story about us. He said, these people, here's how you get them. If you really want to get them, wait until they're not serving the Most High. Wait until they're not doing the thing that the Most High want them to do. But as long as they're doing what the Most High want them to do, they're doing the law, statutes, and commandments, there's no way you can defeat them. So a lot of things know that he has a strong army. He dismissed what Enkiah told him, the advice they gave him. He said, what the hell are you going to tell me? Now we have the mercy of the Israelite, given that we got a strong army. Have you seen what we have done? We can destroy them like one man. Right? We can just get rid of them. So he did not believe in the Most High. So everything that Enkiah told him as far as advice to him was like nonsense. He said he's going to march and he's going to destroy the Israelite regardless. So that's where we are right now.
Last night, Shamak said that President Hoover, whatever his name was, he said as long as they praying to God and they unite together, we can't do nothing with them.
No, he said I'm not sure, but if I remember, it's praying, but like black unity.
There you go, that's the word. He said they got unity together when they get together.
He's against black unity.
Yeah, he said you can't do nothing with them. And that's about what you just said right there.
But black unity and righteousness.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can unite.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not under the principles in the law, statutes, and commandments,
right,
it's not going to stand.
Right.
It's going to hold for a minute, but it's going to crumble. For example, we have
the Black Panthers.
The Black Panthers.
Yep, that's what he said.
They came in united, right?
Right.
For a minute, it works, and then it dropped because the principles are not rooted, right, under the law of the Most High.
Right.
For example, we had Black Lives Matter. What happened to them now? Where are they now? Right? It seems like it was a powerful movement.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, you don't hear them anymore.
They got rid of them.
Right?
They will stop that.
You have Jesse Jackson. At some point, he was very popular, right?
Yep.
Stand up for black people. What happened to him now? Gone. All right? You're talking about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Right? He started a movement. What happened to him now? Done. Because it's just like any movement that's not rooted, even though it might seem like a good and positive things in unity for black people, but it's not going to stand so long that the foundation is not the law, statutes, and commandments and keeping the laws of the Most High.
Even Marcus Garvey too, back to Africa stuff, it's just like it just wither away.
Right.
So now we're coming up that we're since 1969, we're coming up to find out that we are God's chosen people, and we come together, we're looking in the Bible and seeing the law, statute, the commandment, the Most High giving us and inspired us and giving us the breakdown, and we start coming, and we start building ourselves.
And another thing I want to say before it's like what we're witnessing right now, we're witnessing what happened when we surrender under the power of the Most High versus what we have been witnessing out there in the world. When we united, not under the power of the Most High, it's going to work for a little bit, then it's going to crumble. So now what we're seeing in this chapter right here, this is an example. That's why we got to get in tune with what's happening right now. Now we're going to see when we united under the power of the Most High, what can happen to us when we face enemy. Even though we might be few, we don't have much guns, we don't have much. It doesn't seem like we have physical power. We don't have physical guns. We don't have physical missiles. We don't have armory to fight. We're gonna find out. As long as we under the Most High, we got them. That's what's gonna happen here.
That could be an ugly sight.
Yeah, because like we read
Be an ugly
before.
sight. Where is these people coming? Here he come in that pillar of fire. That'd probably be a day to see. You sit down here on Broad Street coming from the store or something. There it is.
Yeah, that's why, Zechariah 4:6. It said, not by might, because these nations, they have their military. They have their land, the government, their military. They have all of that.
Right.
And they, and if they wanted to, they could just swarm on us and kind of try to destroy us.
Right.
But it says, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. Right. So it's the Most High Spirit within us that it can't destroy us. They have us in captivities and so on and so forth.
Right.
Just like in Psalms 83.
And so before you read that, and the reason why he called his servant to find out about us, not because he's scared of the Most High or he believes in the Most High.
Right.
He was curious to find out how these people dare to resist me.
Right. I'll be the same way too. That's Psalm 83.
Yeah.
What verse? 4 or 5?
1 to 4.
1 through 4. God. Y'all with me?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be doing this like I ain't being smart. I'll be doing this like them.
Okay. All right. By any means necessary to pull the scriptures, right?
Right, hey.
Technology, book. All right.
Okay, Psalm 83, verse 1 and 4. Keep not thou silent, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a torment, and they make a
tumult.
Tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against our people, and consulted against the hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's real hard right there.
Yeah, so this is like all the nations, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, he wants to cut us off. He wants to destroy us. He wants to wipe us out.
Man.
So instead of killing us physically,
mentally,
they use different tactics.
Right.
To kill us.
And they got some of us.
Right. So they attack us, in the food system.
Mm-hmm. Education-wise, job-wise.
Yeah. That's how you. That's their tactic. And you're gonna see the Loaf is gonna use this, his own tactic, and in that time that was suitable for it to get us to under control.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like I saw a video, like this gang member, I think it's ex-gang member, he was saying that like early in the morning, so on and so forth, they would go in certain alleys and they see all these piles of guns, all over the neighborhood, This is guns everywhere. Like he was talking about, like in Chicago. He said these guns all over the place. And he's like, as if they want to destroy us. They put a gun in every black man's hand and a liquor bottle and liquor in his hand, and all kind of drugs and crack and heroin, all kind of stuff to like wipe us out. But we're still there. We went to back in the 70s with the heroin, and then in the early 80s we went to the crack.
Right.
And then we got like diseases, AIDS and all kind of disease and all kind of like abortion clinics in in our neighborhood,
Yup.
you know,
They made that clear with that main
and
thing.
sterilization.
Yup. So we can't have babies. They put stuff in our food.
And all kind of bad food,
Yeah.
bad housing,
Yup.
and have us sometime a place we're all cramped in a place like that, and we like fighting each other
Yup. Cussing.
for the little crumbs.
Killing each other.
Yeah, fighting each other over
Stupid stuff.
a sandwich,
Yeah.
a chicken
Hey, what's about sandwich?
chicken sandwich or something like that.
And keep in mind when we read verse 83, right?
Psalms 83.
Psalms 83. It says crafty counsel.
Yeah.
So when you crafty,
Yeah. You sneaky. Devilish.
you devilish, you sneaky, and it's something that you very good at. It's an
You're
art.
used to doing it.
It's an art.
Yeah.
You know, when you're good at an art, you're skillful at
Yeah,
it.
you gotta be good to be artist.
Right. So you gotta do it indirectly. If you're gonna destroy him, you don't destroy him directly. You gotta go on indirect means, right? You gotta go under the table.
We deep.
Right? So you got to do it in a way where they cannot detect what you're doing.
Not right then.
Not
They
right.
figured out.
Later on, but by the time they figure it out, you already done got them. Right? So crafty counsel. Crafty counsel, meaning they sit and plan this thing out, how we will be destroyed. How are you going to destroy it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how we are in the world, though, some people might think it's just happened like that. The Most High, through that slavery, he actually allowed them to be that crafty, right, to put us in the condition that we are.
He made this Bible a long time ago.
Even there was an article.
Just popping in to say what's going on.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, how's everything?
How you doing?
Everything cool with
Every now and then we still got this.
Drip?
Change the tiles, but
okay.
You shut the door for the fire. Yeah.
and day by day it's getting.
Okay. So you said it's leaking from up here? Okay. Do you know which one specifically?
Well, this big one.
That one.
And okay, see left leg, go to the left. That first light to
Okay.
your left.
Okay.
That's why I see the
The
presentation.
water come right down the right
Presentation
there.
start looking very, very bad.
Okay. All right.
Look at my daughter.
So what I'll do is did you guys let Brenda know already?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll let Brenda know, and I'll send my GC up to get this all tiled up, and then take care of those and see if we can get that remedy for you. Okay. All
The
right.
sooner you can do it, the better.
Okay. All right.
Because if it continues to go, we might have to come to the audience.
Yeah. I didn't even know this was happening, so we're gonna get that taken care of early next week. All right. All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, God bless you. Hey, you see her? See her? When I bring my daughter here, you like, oh, you don't let my daughter support.
And even also, I read in the New York Times article on the fort, right? It says about get vaccinated or leave school. 26,000 New York children face a choice. Either we get vaccinated or we just have to leave the school.
There you go.
And it says religious exemptions for vaccinations are no longer available. With the start of the school year, some parents face a reckoning. Because at the time people say, oh, religious exemption.
Right.
I don't want my kids to be vaccinated and so on and so forth. Even certain people, I remember one vaccination, back in the day, says about like the swine flu. And they invented the swine flu vaccination.
Yeah.
And they asked the people who invented it, would they take the shot? They said no.
No. Pay for us. That's what y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, they said like they're not taking it. Like it was like, why wouldn't you take it? You invented it. And they're like, no way.
Hey, you know that needle they give you when you have a baby in the hospital? And that little tube they stick the babies with? My daughter Kawana, when she was born, I was there. I watched her come out there. Hey, don't stick that in her. Oh, you said don't stick her with that. My daughter just as smart, clever as she can be right now.
Yeah.
And her mother said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with her. Work, 2 jobs, About to get our own houses and don't say on tomorrow, but because you don't know what's in that bottle. That clear bottle.
This vaccine is
You don't know what's in there, brother.
all that
That
stuff.
little bottle, this little baby you just had, we don't know what's in there. And ain't no thing gonna tell you something like it's a kill or no that. Yeah, it's something to kill. Something to kill us down the road.
So even when I, took my son to school and it's like, you gotta get this vaccination or you can't go back to school.
Yeah.
So they have that. So verse 5.
Verse 5. All right.
And thou, Achior, an hireling, so he's a hireling, is just a worker of Ammon, which are the Japanese,
Okay.
which has spoken these words, in the day of thine iniquity shall see my face no more from this day until I take vengeance of this nation, which is Israel,
Right.
that came out of Egypt. So he knows about that we came out of Egypt, like Exodus, verse 5.
You say Exodus?
Yeah, Exodus 20. No, Exodus 20.
Oh, Exodus 20.
What we read today, this morning. Right?
Okay. You want to hear verse 5?
No. What do you think, Exodus 20?
No, that's the 10th commandment.
Yeah, verse 2. Exodus 20 and 2.
10th commandment too.
Yeah, read that. Because he says that until I take vengeance of this nation that came out of Egypt.
Right.
So they know this. I mean, he knows this. He knows the history. Like 400 years we're in Egypt, and we came out of Egypt. We were under bondage and so on and so forth. So Exodus 20 and 2.
It says, I am the power, thou God.
Let's read. I'm the Lord thy God.
I'm the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So he knows this. Right? So he's gonna kill, Achior too, with us.
Right.
Verse 6. And then shall the sword of mine army and the multitude of them that serve me pass through thy side. Stop it, you're gonna kill him.
And not only that, you see, they're willing to even kill their own people.
Right. They don't care. I got no feelings at all.
Well, they spoke out against him. No. Actually, he didn't speak out against him. Enkior didn't speak out against him. Enkior told him the truth about us.
Yes.
That's the truth, but it's like telling him, you're going to fail.
Right. No, what I'm saying is they could have said, okay, let's wait until, they start going against their God, and then let's go attack them. But to him, he think he has so much of a strong army, he didn't regard the Most High.
Right.
He didn't regard the Most High. So whatever Enkior told him, he didn't care. He didn't care. Right. So he's ready to get rid of even him. So that's why I'm saying that how we get destroyed even in this kingdom, Esau doesn't even care about destroying some of his own people. As long as he can get to us.
Right.
So they will put the bad food, right, everywhere, right?
Right.
Even if some of their people catch, some of the diseases, as long as us, the majority of us get to us, that's all they care about.
Right.
Because even now with heroin too, heroin. I was back in the 70s. A lot of our people got killed back in the 70s with Bumpy Johnson and the other guy, I forgot his name. Back in heroin. Back, the documentary. No, I saw the documentary back a little while ago.
But you never saw the movie they made of Bumpy Johnson?
Yeah, I saw the movie. But I'm saying when you see the documentary.
Yeah.
That those two drug dealers, and they pushed that heroin, a lot of our people got killed. And even now, some of our people are doing the heroin, but some of Esau, people are getting killed, getting hooked up on this heroin. And
Say
even,
right
and
now.
even, and even, I think I'm not sure if it's a state, it's Alabama, sue against Johnson & Johnson for this opioid crisis. And they won because they're having an epidemic that these people are on drugs. These people
Drug dating.
and this opioid and this heroin, and a lot of so-called Edomites are getting killed too, are dying because of it.
Right, so that's casualty. They're willing to make casualty of their own people just so that they can destroy the majority.
And the pharmaceutical companies, yeah, they making these. You'd be surprised
Good stock. Don't worry about
that
pharmaceutical.
so much prescription and non-prescription drugs are just out there. They're out in painkillers out there in the streets too, and so on and so forth. I was in Camden not a couple of years ago, and this guy was like looking for pills to buy.
White boy.
Our people looking for pills to buy, up there in Camden. And he bought some pills, and he said, "Oh, guy's selling fake pills, but they're real pills out there. They're in the street." And sometimes they would go into the pharmacy warehouse and try to steal those pills also.
Right there before it get out.
You'll be surprised certain people. Like I think Samak said last week about these doctors are prescribing so much of medication. How could they subscribe like 400 pills a week for somebody or whatever, It's out there. So even back in verse 4, Nebuchadnezzar said, "None of my words shall be in vain."
Right.
So back to verse 6, I'm going to read it again. "And then shall the sword of mine army and the multitude of them that serve me pass through thy side. Thy side is going to kill him. And thou shalt fall among their slain when I return." So he's bigging up himself like he's going to have a sure victory against us, the Israelites.
Right.
Verse 7, "Now therefore my servants shall bring thee back into the hill country and shall set thee in one of the cities of the passages." Gonna take him there, right? "And thou shalt not perish till thou be destroyed with them," as if he's gonna kill us, and this guy, what's his name again? Achior, he's gonna die with us too. Verse 9.
And what happened is in right here too. You see what they did, right? In verse 8. 6 and 8, right? "And thou shalt not perish till thou be destroyed." Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, that he's not gonna kill him then and there, but he's gonna take him over with us and destroy, Israelites with him also. Wait a second, Verse 9. Verse 9.
I was going to speak.
Go ahead.
Again.
That's like a smack in the face. You got all this army, you done took over everything, and then this guy tell you that you can't beat these cats over here.
That he can't beat us Israelites.
Right, as long as they worship their God, you can't beat these cats.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't beat Israel, but he don't care. Because he has his military and he conquered a lot of nations. And he's gonna say that Achior are gonna die with us.
Right.
Verse 9. "And if thou persuade thyself in thy mind that they shall be taken, let not thy countenance fall. I have spoken it, and none of my words shall be in vain."
Right.
So he's saying this again. Right? As if he's gonna just march over and just conquer us and destroy us and kill him too. Verse 10. "Then Holofernes, which is a captain, his captain, commanded his servants that waited in his tent to take Achior and bring him to Bethulia and deliver him into the hands of the children of Israel. Bring him over to us. Verse 11. So his servant took him, this is Achior, and brought him out of the camp into the plain, into the open, and they went from the midst of the plain into the hill country and came unto the fountains that were under Bethulia. So you have fountains of water, right?
Where is that?
Verse 11. So they bring you from the plains to the hill country unto the fountains where sources of water is.
Right.
We're under Bethulia. Verse 12. And when the men, the Israelites of the city, saw them, they took up their weapons. So we saw them and we took up our weapons because, we have watchtower too. We have watchtower and people take turns to give even a night watch, day watch, that's what, military, that's what, countries do.
Yeah.
They watch their borders, they watch the air, and they watch the ground.
So on 11, you see what's happening right now, right? On 11, where it says, so his servant took him and brought him out of the camp into the plain, right?
Into the open.
Into the open, right? And they went from the midst of the plain into the hill country and came unto the fountain that were under Bethulia. So the fountain is where the water supply is.
So
Right.
source
they
of
make
water.
sure that they control the water supply.
Yeah, we're gonna find that later on.
Right.
Later on. Because without water, you can't survive. You may have some victuals, even when a person is out there in the desert for a while, the first thing you want to give them is the water. Right?
That's what God did to Pharaoh. Turned into blood.
Yeah, verse 12. And when the men with the Israelites of the city saw them, it was bringing Achior, they took up their weapons. So we were prepared. So we took up our weapons and went out of the city to the top of the hill. So on the top of the hill, you can see.
Look down on them.
Yeah, you can see
There you go.
them, right? And every man that used a sling kept them from coming up by casting of stones against them. So using that sling, and we're not gonna miss. I even remember back in Judges David remember, David and Goliath, and plus also remember, the Benjamin and the Judges
What happened?
with slings, or we were fighting against all the other Israelites. We had slings with us.
Oh, okay. When the girl became a whore and ran away from her husband, is that the one you talking about?
Yeah, in that story. You didn't.
He had no gun. I got some for you.
That's bad.
Slings, yeah.
Like you said.
And the stones can hurt.
Yeah.
Because slings with stone, or even probably slings where you could catapult type or whatever. Go on.
Right. And keep in mind, you see things go in progress like evolution, right? That type of weapon back then was sophisticated weapon. That was our technology back then.
You gotta be good to throw them too.
Right, because if they don't have weapons like that, and whichever weapon you can use that can counteract whatever action they taken against you, that was a good weapon back then. You know what I mean? And then now we evolve more and more and more. Now we have guns and we have ammunition. We have things that can fire and all that stuff. Right.
So they came. So they came from the plains to the hill country. So we were on the top of the hill, but when we're on top of the hill, they can't come up because we got stones, and stone is all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a tactic among the fighters of our people, and even back in Haiti, that's how they were able to defeat Napoleon.
Okay.
Yeah. They go on top of the mountain that is the highest, they can spot the boat coming in to invade, and then they make sure that their weapons right on top of them before they get to the shore. They get them before they get. So that tactic of on top of the hill is something that we always use, and you see that that's in our spirit. Because one of the highest mountain where one of the emperor of Haiti, where he used to live on top of the mountain, all the way up. And this is considered, I think, the 7th or the 8th wonder of the world. With his houses.
You ever been up there?
No, I never been up there. It's in Haiti. It's in the north side, and it's in the book of Guinness, some book
World Records.
about what?
So I was just looking at Psalms 125 and 2. It says, as the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. So I think verse 12. Verse 12, yeah, I'm going to read it too. Verse 12, verse 12, Psalms 125, verse 2. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. So,
Right here. Let me show you a picture.
The bar.
around Jerusalem, right?
No. I'm talking about
Oh, and Haiti. Oh, okay.
that's how they were able to defeat the Boyan army, which was the
Oh yeah, that fortress up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
all these holes right here. That's where they keep their missiles.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right there. See those holes right there?
Yeah. That's the Haitian army, or is
That's
that
the Haitian army.
the
That's the
Napoleon
Haitian
army?
army.
That's the Haitian army.
They did that on top of that.
What, they had cannons when they were fighting
Cannons, yeah, they
Napoleon?
have cannons, yeah. They make their own cannons too.
Mhm.
Created that.
Yeah. So verse 12, so we had the sling, kept them from coming up, so they couldn't come up. It was casting of stones against them. So when we have like stones up there, we can roll on some stones in them and they can't come up. Right? Because we had the advantage there. Verse 13. Nevertheless, having gotten privily under the hill, they bound Achior, so they tied him up, right?
Right.
And cast him down and left him at the foot of the hill and returned to their Lord. So they got to a hill and they cast him down. And then they returned. They didn't bother come up against us. Right? They returned. Verse 14. But the Israelites, because we saw them retreating, right? We saw that they bound up Achior and they retreated.
Right.
Or they went back
They might have went
to Nebuchadnezzar.
but they started throwing rocks at them, so they stopped right
You want to
there.
see?
Yeah, they couldn't.
They wasn't
They-
attacking, they were just delivering them.
Yeah, but they could have. I mean, sometimes my military might even come and say, here's him, take him.
Right.
Just for not really for war, but just for like peacetime. So like, here, take him. Right, but they couldn't go to a certain point. They couldn't come up
Right.
against us. So they tie him up and throw him down in like a little area.
Mm-hmm.
But the Israelites descended from their city and came unto him and loosed him and brought him to Betulia and present him to the governors of the city. So it's like they gave us a man, They gave, tie him up, and it's like, so we're gonna hear what's gonna happen next. Verse 15, which were in those days Oseas, the son of Micah, the tribe of Simeon, and Charbis, the son of Gotoniel, and Charmis, the son of Melchiel. Verse 16, and they called together all the ancients of the city, and all their youth ran together, and their women to the assembly, and they set Achior in the midst of all their people. So they, why they just, let him go to us like that? Then Oseas asked him of that which was done, why they did this. And he answered, verse 17, and he answered and declared unto them the words of the counsel of Holofernes, and all the words that he had spoken in the midst of the princes of Ashur, and whatsoever Holofernes had spoken proudly against the house of Israel, that he's going to come up against us and he's going to wipe us out, and he's going to kill us all in the hills and the valleys and so on and so forth, and the plains, yes. Right? Because you probably heard about that he conquered these other nations, and he wants to come up against us. So it's a preparation. Verse 18, then the people fell down and worshipped God and cried unto God, saying, so first thing we do, we pray.
And you can see that as a tactic also that they use, right? You already pumped up Achior's head about what he's gonna do to us.
Yeah.
Right? So he let him go in the midst of us to bring the message. Mm-hmm. Right? So that he can, pretty much put seeds of fear in us. Right? Because once you fear, then if you really believe in the Most High, regardless of what Achior say, you're not gonna stray. Right? You're gonna keep your courage. You're gonna keep your faith. Right? But again, having him in the middle of us now, bringing the message directly with what he's gonna do to us, at least trying to cast some seeds of fear, and you see that he accomplished what he has done. That was an accomplishment.
Because even before war, sometimes they would send ambassadors. Say, either you want to lay down or you want to fight. You want to be tributaries or you want to fight against us, because and we do the same thing too. Find it quickly. Find it quickly. See if we can.
As you can see right there, when Achior finished saying what he was saying, we went and united under the succor of the Most High. So we seek the Most High for help, right? As opposed to today, when something happened to us, somebody got shot, we come together in the street and march, right?
Yeah.
We come in the street and march. One good thing that would be when one of us got shot, we should get together and go down to Times Square where we're teaching the truth and take all the people there to get the word. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we did the complete opposite. And we're gonna see when we under the Most High, then that's when the Most High gonna come and we cannot be defeated. But marching and doing what all yelling and go in front of the White House or go, DC do the 1 million men march and all that stuff, that thing is not gonna do anything.
You want first one?
I think I went one time.
I went to the first one, Faircon gave the city too.
Yeah. Let me just read this very quickly. Verse 17. And then I come back to verse 18. Right? Deuteronomy 20, verse 10. It says Deuteronomy 20, verse 10. It says, when thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. Not just go and kill him like that. Proclaim peace first. Verse 11, and it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. So proclaim peace. That's a normal thing for us to do, right? 10 and 11. We're gonna proclaim peace, but he's just gonna proclaim war right away. So back to verse 18. Then the people fell down and worshiped God and cried unto God, saying, our people, Israelites, O Lord God of heaven, behold their pride, and pity the low estate of our nation. So the pride of Nebuchadnezzar, right? And look upon the face of those that are sanctified unto thee this day. So looking upon us, have mercy upon us and see our plight. Verse 20, then they...
Read the scripture real quick. Proverbs 16 and 18.
Verse 19, right?
The pride of that of their heart.
Proverbs 19 who?
16.
Proverbs 16 and 18.
16 verse 18.
And I have another one right after that.
All right. Slow. Your Proverbs good to read, period. Yeah.
All right, Proverbs 16 and 18. I'll read it real fast.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Proverbs 16 and verse 18. And it reads, the pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. So when we look at how pride somebody is against the Most High, they're gonna be as pride as you don't know what before they fall. Especially when you come against the children of Israel. And you remember how proud the king of Egypt was, right? Before the Most High destroy him.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand how pride this country is.
Yeah.
The head of the country, how pride they are. It's the same thing that's gonna happen, right? Before they get destroyed, they're gonna be the pride, the most pride people. Let's go to Obadiah 1 verse 3. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Verse 3.
Done. And that's for Esau. You have this one for Anchor. In Egypt, what happened in Egypt, how he got proud. And this part right there, that's talking about Esau. Right? And it's gonna be, as we getting closer to the end of his reign, and to Yahushua make his second coming, watch him become very, very proud. Make America great again, all that stuff. They're gonna become so proud. As we see that they're getting so proud and proud, that we getting closer to the infinite destruction. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high. That 7 is hard. Who shall bring me down to the ground? What did what's his name said the other day? Our economy is very strong. Set for our economy to keep going up, right? Even though we're doing putting the sanction on China, but America's great and our economy is strong, right? So very, very proud statement, right? And that's how the Most are gonna come the last end, towards the end and destroy. If they getting weak and they not talking proudly, something is wrong. Because as they getting to the time of the end, they're gonna get more proud.
Okay. I just want to read 2 scriptures. Matthew 23 and 12. 23 and 12. Matthew 23 and 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Also, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 18. and 18. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 18. All right. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. So verse 20. Then they comforted Achior and praised him greatly. Verse 21. And Ozias took him out of the assembly unto his house and made a feast to the elders, and they called on the God of Israel all that night for help. So for verse 21, you can read Psalms 121.
I like the one in
Oh, 10 and 18?
Wow.
So,
What's that, Psalm 121?
yeah, we read it every week. Verse 1 and 2, you can read that. Look how you can read that. Psalms 121, 1 and 2. So, all that night for help. and they called on the God of Israel all that night for help. Psalms 121, 1 and 2.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from which come my help. My help comes from the Lord who made the heaven and earth.
So it says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help? From where my help is coming from, right? And it says, my help coming from the Lord which made heaven and earth. So we crying, we crying and we praying to the Most High all that night for help, right? So that was end of chapter 6 of Judith. We're gonna take a half an hour break. Come back at 12:40 and do Judith chapter 7. So take a half an hour break and we'll see you back at Judith chapter 7. All of the Sabbath we can't kindle any fire. All right. Shalom. Peace.